30 set mark. All quiet.
Metal Jam was...
There's bad radio, good radio, and chaotic radio. In that order.
RagHouseRadio.
Hey. Yeah, that's right. It's Metal Wednesday. Rag House Radio, created to empower women in music, business, entertainment, sports, all sorts of stuff. And I have two beautiful and talented ladies with me in the studio today. It's the Mel and Mel Show. How many people do you confuse? How many people do you confuse with your names? You're two tiny little girls with luscious long locks. You're both metal rockin' beasts. And your names start with the three first letters are like exactly the same. Like, how does that mess up your super fans, ladies?
Actually, almost every time I go out, somebody asks me where my bass is. Almost every single time.
So please introduce yourselves. First off, we have the lovely and fantastic.
Oh, I'm Melody. Hi.
What's your last name, Mel?
My last name is Schoenfeld.
Melody. Melody Schoenfeld. People get it right. So when you go see them at their concert, you won't confuse yourself. Okay, and next, my lovely guest.
And I am Melanie with the N.
Hey, do you see this? That's my knee. Melanie Cisneros.
Mm-hmm. With an S.
Is it? Yeah, I was just going to say, I have never, because I stalk all my guests before you guys come on the show, because I want to be prepared. I want to know what you guys have done. I want to know what you guys are up to. And I was looking up Melanie, right? And I was trying to add her on Facebook. I'm all, damn it, there is no Melanie Cisneros. No. And then I look again, I'm like, dumbass. It's with an S. I've never seen Cisneros with an S ever in my life.
Well, I think someone got off the boat and misspelled it.
Is that what it was?
Chances are, if it's with an S, they're probably related to me, and they're probably from New Mexico.
You're from New Mexico?
Mm-hmm.
What? What part of New Mexico?
Mostly Albuquerque. But
My in-laws are from New Mexico, and they're very, very particular. And I don't know a lot of people from New Mexico, so I'm digging it. So you said they're from Albuquerque?
Yeah, or various small towns and villages.
I love it. What a small world it is. So ladies, these ladies are part of the fantastic band we call Ed Force One. Oh, yeah. And we even have a super fan who knew. Wait.
Super fan.
Come on over here, Ed.
We're a super fan.
Wave to the people, Ed. Say hey.
Show them your tattoo.
Yeah.
Show them your tattoo, Ed.
It's an awesome tattoo.
Look at that. Can you see that?
Our slave.
Every time I see him at a show, he doesn't speak to me. He just goes.
You're singing for me. You're singing for me.
Oh, that's so cool.
Every show.
I love this guy.
Every
He's
show.
awesome.
Ed just went on a beer run for Melanie because the girls were stuck in traffic.
We were.
I'm so sorry about
work.
that.
That's
I'm
all
so
good.
thankful that you guys came today. So thank you so much.
Thank you for having us. This is awesome.
So I love tribute bands. I love women in tribute bands. So I'm excited about our segment tonight because both of you have a lot of experience. You're in multiple projects. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Ding. Do you want some water, darling?
I'm good.
Okay. Right on. So let's dig in. Ed Force One. Tell me how long this project has been around.
5 years?
Something like that.
We had our first show 4 years ago. I know because it came up on my Throwback Thursday. But, 5 years we've been practicing. Yeah.
And how did y'all get it together? How'd you get the project together? How'd you meet each other? Were you in some kind of, metal family, just kind of knew each other? Because I feel like that's how a lot of this stuff works in the LA area.
That's about how a lot of it
Right.
works.
Those guys all knew each other first.
We were, most of Ed Force One, not all of it, most of us were in a band called Hangar 18, which was a Megadeth tribute. And so our drummer Dave knew Melody and brought her in, and when we became Ed Force One.
Okay.
Because Hangar 18 lost our Dave Mustaine, and
What happened?
Oh, he just quit playing.
He's all, bye, Felicia, I'm done.
Well, he's still playing. He's just not playing metal anymore.
Yeah, he quit
Okay.
playing Dave Mustaine. That's what I'm sorry. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Oh, he got tired of that.
Yeah,
Is he like doing
doesn't wanna
original
do,
stuff
he's
now?
He's doing a great
Okay.
project now, but he doesn't want to do tribute stuff anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you know,
Very
that's
talented
fair.
guy.
Very talented.
That's fair.
Yeah.
As long as, you know, I feel like there needs to be enough love for everyone in music to do whatever the hell they want to, whether it's pay tribute to an artist, whether it's their own original music, cover music, whatever they want to do. Because the thing that I hate the most is the shit talkers and the haters. They're like, you shouldn't be doing that. Do your this. You should do that. Why don't you do that? Like, hey, it takes a lot to make the world go around, right?
Oh,
We need a
There's
bunch of
room for
different-
everything.
You
Should
better
be.
believe
There should
it.
be. The tribute scene gets a lot of flack. You
It
know?
really does.
It
It's
does.
like love or hate.
It's one of
seems.
those things where people say if you're in the tribute scene, you don't have talent. You can't.
You're
write
a
music on your own.
copycat, you're
exactly. The fact of the matter is, most of us also write original stuff. It is really hard to get an original band out there. Number one,
You mean
especially
to
in
be
LA.
successful, like have commercial success,
Even
or
find
not?
people.
To even get a gig,
Right.
really, to
Yeah.
get any sort of a decent gig.
Any
It's-
kind of
it's
paying
hard.
gig where you don't have to
Exactly.
pay to play,
I mean,
right?
it's hard enough to do it as a tribute, but it's easier as a tribute. And then, also, a lot of the original artists you see out there did not write their own songs. Somebody else wrote it for them.
But not only that, girl, but when those original artists make it and they go on tour, guess what?
They play covers.
Well, not only that, but usually they have musicians that get picked and like, hey, you got to learn this new artist's music.
Exactly.
Okay, so they're a paid musician. They didn't create
Exactly.
anything.
No.
They're on tour with an
Exactly.
artist who may or may not have written their original their own
Exactly.
original music, right?
Exactly.
That's what I mean. Like, it's so easy for people to stand and in judgment, and I just want to. This is a forum for every kind of music, whatever people are feeling, especially if it's female fronted,
Yeah.
because we're all about girl power here, and we love our boys that support us. But this is really to lift up and focus on our female talent in the area, because there's not enough of us like uplifting each other. So
Yeah.
I love that part of my job. I love my job because I get to sit with some really cool chicks.
And we get to sit with you.
I know. It's like party. We get to have beers, and I can say fuck because it's not FM. It's on the internet, so I can do whatever I want to
Nice.
for 1 hour.
Nice.
Ow! So, and the other thing I was going to say was on the tribute perspective, the haters, on the tribute perspective, you should write your own originals and all that good stuff. What they don't realize for tribute and cover bands is how ridiculously difficult it is to learn and mimic somebody else's music, someone else's behavior, like, their isms, their personality, their stage presence, to really do it well. And people spend hours and months and years perfecting that, and I so much respect for those people that have really, they've cornered the market and they do it well and they take pride in it. So I don't have much tolerance for haters, girl.
I know. Well, and that's one of the interesting things about Ed Force One, because, let's be honest, nobody thinks I'm Bruce Dickinson.
Sure. but you can still
Melanie,
but you
no
can
one
still
thinks
pay
I'm Bruce
tribute to
But
a
I can-
fantastic band, right?
I have a little bit, I guess, a little bit more leeway just because people aren't expecting me to be a replica.
Right.
But I do my best to have his energy and his range and that sort of thing.
And the costume changes.
And the costume changes. I do the costume changes, so there's
How many
that.
costume changes do you have at a show?
I have the lucha libre mask, and I have the trooper jacket and the flag, and I have my Air Force hat and all that
A
stuff.
little flight hat
A
for
little flight
Ace's hat.
That
Ace's
makes
hat.
Dave crack up every time I put it on.
Can we hear her better now? You guys, are you able
Oh,
to,
I'm sorry.
You guys able to hear Mel?
I'm very small, and I have.
Mel
Oh, you know
D.
what? I wasn't talking into the right part of the microphone.
No,
That's my
I
bad.
also didn't have your volume up too high, so I just want to make sure everyone can hear
I see.
you out there.
You can't call us Mel S and Mel S because you can't do the Spice Girl thing.
I was trying. I'm gonna come up with something before the night's over. Mel D and Mel Nee. I don't know.
Mel Sid and Mel.
We're gonna have to do something because it's too funny not to. So what's up? So who are the other members in Ed Force One?
We've got Mel and Mel, Dave and Mike. And Mike's gonna need to change his name to Dave Ramel, I think, probably.
He should
at some point.
Mike. We're gonna have to work on his name too. And the boys were busy tonight, huh?
The boys were busy tonight.
They're like too much estrogen. We're scared.
They're a little too good for us.
We're scared. They're just scared of all the girls.
They're a little too important for us.
That's cool.
If they're scared of the girls, they're in the wrong band.
I know,
right?
They're not
Although we are
scared.
pretty scary.
They're not scary. Well, you can be scary. So if you guys know Mel, you know that she is like, what are you, like 103?
About 105. Yeah.
About 105. She's a little nugget. She's cute little nugget, right? But she's super fit. She's super strong. And as I was researching today, I saw you share a news article about how you're like top 10 vegan athletes. Like, that's interesting that no one ever asked or talked to you about that.
I wasn't aware of it either.
Right?
But apparently I am a famous vegan athlete.
That is absolutely amazing, because although I'm not vegan and my diet is a loosely plant-based diet. That's how I'm going to call my diet. I wouldn't call it like vegetarian or whatever. I eat meat rarely, but if I see something and I feel like picking at it, I will. But I live with a vegetarian and she's trying to be vegan, but the cheese and the honey are the two toughest things. Although she uses a lot of, the Daya
cheese, yeah.
Yeah.
I like that stuff.
She uses and she digs it. Like she's totally into it. I think the hardest thing for her, and you tell me your experience, is when she's out socially, it's other people's expectations of what she's eating. That it's like a big mind-blowing thing. Like people get offended, people get uncomfortable. It's like because you're making certain choices, they get uncomfortable about themselves. It's the weirdest thing.
Well, I'm vegan for animal rights reasons, and I don't like to get into anybody else's face about it. It's it's a choice, and it was my choice. And I think of it as a religion. You don't get into other people's face with your religion, and I don't get into people's faith with their food. But the thing about it is in the strength and conditioning community, which is my other life, I am surrounded by people who hate vegans. Like,
Why?
Hate us.
Why?
In some ways they have every right to, because there's a lot of vegans out there who are not there's stereotypes exist for a reason. It's because some people live up to them, and there's a lot of vegans who live up to that bad vegan stereotype,
as in bad diet,
they're screaming at you, as in they're in your face, they're telling you you're a bad person.
Like,
they're
stop eating animals.
Yeah, if you're eating animals, you're a bad person. They're morally superior, and I don't feel like that's really doing them any favors. I get how they feel, but it's not doing them any favors for promoting their cause.
Okay.
On the other end of the spectrum, we have the people who think that if they eat soy, they're going to grow breasts and
get
cancer, and also vegans are weak and lame and unhealthy.
Interesting.
I'm very, very scientific. I do a lot of research on nutrition and a lot of writing and things like that. And I'm actually publishing a cookbook right now that's half nutrition science.
I can't wait. How long do I have to wait for this goddamn book?
It depends on how quickly I can get all the photographs done. It's being edited right now, and I had it.
Oh, it's close then.
It's very close, and I had it kind of the nutrition science part. I had it looked over by two very high level non-vegan nutrition experts, just to make sure I'm putting out the best information possible, because I don't want it to be biased. I want it to be truthful, and I want it to be usable for anybody. So I feel like that's something that's been lacking, is an unbiased scientific look at how to properly implement a vegan diet and to break the myths on both ends, because there's myths on both ends. I can't speak English today.
Are you gonna? I would like a signed copy of your book.
Done.
Please.
If it's electronic copy, do I just
we have e-signatures.
E-signature.
No, I guess
I'll send it with a picture of me doing this.
No, I'm gonna have to come to a show with Ed.
Yes.
And as he's flashing you his shoulder,
yes.
I'm gonna sneak the book up and with a Sharpie so you can sign it.
Well, I'll bring a little tattoo pen and I'll sign some boobs.
Yes! I got him, girl. I got him. Yes.
The soy.
But I'll never. Oh, yeah, I eat lots of soy.
Yeah, you know, I used to be a guy until I ate some tofu, and now this is what happened.
Wait, so I want to play some music of this band we keep on talking about.
Yes. These are really old recordings from when we first got together.
Oh, so Rach, you ready with one? Can we play one of their songs, pretty please?
Sure. You got
Which
it.
one's first?
Let's do The Number of the Beast.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
I like that one because I get to scream.
Yeah. Feel free to sing along.
Mind was blank. I needed time to think, to get the memories from my mind. What did I see? Can I believe that what I saw that night was real and not just fantasy? Just what I saw in my own dreams. Reflections of my warped mind staring back at me. 'Cause in my dreams, it's always there. The evil face that twists my mind and leads me to despair. Was black, was no use holding back, 'cause I just had to see, was someone watching me. In the mist, dark figures move and twist. Was this all for real, or just some kind of hell? 666, the number of the beast. Hell and fire was born to be released. Flames and sacred chants for praise as they storm to cry and tell to the sky. In the night, the fires are burning bright. The ritual has begun. Satan's work is done. 666, the number of the beast. Sacrifice is going on tonight. Fire!
I would never say that knowingly. That was amazing.
Thank you.
And so while we're sitting here listening, the girls are complaining about how old the recording is and how they need to redo it. I'm like, damn, that sounds like awesome to me. And they're like, ugh, I'm cringing. Melanie was cringing, actually physically cringing as she was listening to it. And they're starting to talk about, oh, we got to re-record this. I haven't heard this in so long. I can't believe it. Interesting, huh? When you revisit something that you've done many, many moons later.
Yeah.
So when the girls got here earlier, we were talking about other projects that they were in. And Melanie was sharing with me that she's been in a few projects. And Melody quipped that Melanie actually was one of the founding members of the Iron Maidens, right? Tell me about how that all went down. Who, you and who else who started that project up? When did that go down?
Well, that was way back in the early 2000s.
Okay.
Me and a friend of mine who, we had an Iron Maiden tribute called Wrathchild. And it was me, my singer who was Jenny Warren, and some guys, and we were playing Iron Maiden, and we were playing at this place called, well, it's now the Gas Lamp. I forgot what it was called back in the day.
Oh, in Long Beach.
Was
And
that something else before?
yeah, it was. What was it called before? Live Bait. It was called Live Bait before.
Maybe someone listening will know.
And so we were playing at Live Bait, and after we got off stage, I got approached by Linda McDonald, who was like, "Oh, we're looking for a bass player to tour with Phantom Blue, this original all-girl band that they had."
Yeah.
And they're like, would you be interested in doing this? And so they had the guitar player from Phantom Blue, Josephine, and Linda. We all started talking, and Jenny got this idea, and she's like, "Oh, you know what? I wonder if those guys would be interested in doing an all-girl Iron Maiden tribute." So we recruited them. We got another guitar player, Sarah Marsh, and put together an all-female tribute to Iron Maiden called the Iron Maidens. And
unbelievable, like the most successful tribute band of all time. Can you even effing believe that?
That's all her, man.
Can you believe it?
Jenny, I give a lot of
And
credit.
Jenny.
It's Jenny.
I'm just
She's-
saying, like, even to who, like, regardless, to be a part of something like that, you know, it's just a matter of, you know, talking at a concert and coming up with brainstorming an idea and making it happen. And look what's happened over, like, how long has it been? I mean, we're talking, you know, 15 years.
Yeah.
That band's been in existence.
Jenny's amazing because Jenny's like an idea person. She gets ideas, and she's just like constantly firing off ideas.
We have to get her on the show.
She's awesome.
I want her coming on Rag House
we're
with me.
putting together a new project with her.
Tell me about your new project, ladies.
We don't know much about it ourselves.
It is a work in progress.
It's a work in progress, but it's all,
Whip.
it's going to
That's
be
what it is,
originals.
Whip.
Yeah, it's an original project.
Okay.
We're going to do some covers, but it's going to be mostly originals.
Right on.
And it's going to have it's all girl project,
Okay.
2 singers.
Tell me why you chose all girl, because you guys have some successful mixed projects. So tell me about the all girl thing.
You know, really,
There's a different vibe.
in
all girl bands.
Is
and
there?
I just got out of a uncomfortable situation with another band. And I felt like it was time for an energy change.
So the male energy kind of,
I don't
is that
even
what it
know
was?
that
Was it
it's
male
necessary.
energy?
I don't even know that it's necessarily a gender-related energy. It was
just the
it was just an
the
energy
people.
I needed to get myself out of.
Okay,
And
okay.
and
Good
so
for you.
and
Good for you.
I'm glad to be away from that, and it was just time for something different. And so this is actually going to be pretty fun because we've got 2 female singers. We're going to do a lot of.
Oh my God, just killing it.
Yeah, and Jenny's got the more like kind of gritty, like, and I've got the more melodic thing.
Okay.
And so we're going to be doing a lot of duetting, kind of back and forth.
Amazing.
And we're going to have 2 bass players.
Okay, that's mind blowing. So how does that even work? Is there a band? What's a band that you can compare that to? That's 2 bass players.
We don't know actually how it's going to work, but we're going to see. We're going to make it work.
1 or 2. There've been Spinal Tap had 2 bass players.
Oh,
Well, they did
For
Big
the
Bottom.
one,
They did
yeah.
the song where everybody played bass.
Yeah. But you know what? What's cool about the bass?
So you guys have to cover that song, basically.
But
we might have to.
there used to be an all-female tribute to Spinal Tap.
There was, and they were good too.
What happened to them?
I don't know. They disappeared.
Girls, where
They were
did you
so
go?
good.
Where did you go?
I saw some video of them. They were amazing.
Didn't they play with us at
No,
Paladinos?
they never played with us.
Oh, it must have been.
We
a
played
different-
with Bonfire at Paladinos. That was our first show there.
I've played with them one. I can't remember which band I was with, but yeah.
So, okay, so you have this new project
Yeah.
starting up. Do you have all your members yet? Are you still
We've got
looking
all
for
our
members? Okay,
yeah,
you've got
we
all
were-
your members.
I was on a hunt for a while, and we wanted 2 guitar players for the longest time, and then
Mm-hmm.
all of a sudden, I met this bass player Vashti, who I just got a great vibe off of her, and I was like, can we do 2 bass players, because I would really like to have her in the project.
That's rad.
And so she's in, and we're gonna. So the cool thing about 2 bass players is one bass can double the other bass or harmonize with the other bass, or it can be kind of like a rhythm guitar, so we can play around with that a lot. So it should be fun, and
Oh my
it's not
gosh.
something a lot of other people are doing, so I think
Well,
it'll
we-
be fun.
We're hard pressed to think of another band that
Yeah,
used 2 bass. So
I
you're-
know there's
you're
one, and I
absolutely
can't think of the
right.
name of it. It's like I think I
It'll
want to say
come
it's a
to
British
you.
band. Or,
It'll come to you
remember.
as
Yeah.
we're chatting.
yeah.
So now who writes the music and like who's doing the writing?
Well, it's funny because after all the stuff went down with the other band I was in, I started writing music like you would not believe. I haven't written. Oh man, I haven't written music like that in ages, and
Amazing.
it felt good. So I've got 8 full lyrics done, which I did in like a week, and I've got like a cell phone full of little snippets that I need to get into a song, and
Oh
so
my
yeah.
God. So you have a lot of stuff to start with. So you got to get this band together so you can start
Yeah.
creating.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly. And we're all coming in with our own little riffs, and
I
we're
love
just going
it.
to build on it.
Oh my God. Good luck. Keep me
Yeah.
posted on that
I
because that's
will.
very exciting. I
Yeah.
can't wait. I'll be on the front row going, yeah, girl. yeah.
We're excited about it. I'm excited to see how it comes together. Yeah.
So have you done many original projects in the past?
I've done a few.
No, yeah.
The last, I did, probably one of my favorite original bands I did was a band called Crescent Shield. And it was power metal.
Oh, look at her. She had a physical reaction.
My best childhood friend was the singer for that band, and he passed away.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
That's actually how I kind of met a lot of these guys.
Oh
Was at
my
his memorial
goodness.
service.
How long
Yeah.
ago was that?
5 years ago.
Was it that long ago?
So you girls go way back.
Yeah.
You have been playing together and been running in the same circles
Yeah.
for quite some time now.
Yeah.
It's a small metal world.
It is, and is that so? When you say it's a small metal world, is this based in LA? Does it include Orange County and all of SoCal, or is it? Are there little pockets?
SoCal. It's all of Southern California,
everywhere,
really.
But most of them are in Orange County. It kind of feels like, huh?
Really?
And a lot of the venues are there too.
I was going to say, is that where a lot of your work is in metal
Yeah,
as well?
We play out there a
Because
lot.
it's a very loyal crowd.
It is,
It's
and
a-
you know it's
you know?
underground. It's not like real mainstream, but there's some great metal.
But
fans
when
out
you're
there.
on the scene, when you play music, when you're a musician in SoCal, to me, I'm not in a metal band, but it feels like a very strong presence.
yeah,
A very strong presence. So it's interesting
Yeah.
that you're saying that.
yeah,
You know?
yeah. Well, you know it's strong when you're in it, but like I think you don't. I saw this video last week where 2 guys saw each other in a supermarket wearing metal shirts, and it was like they were running through a metal holding hands, and you know, and that's kind of how it is, because you don't like run into a lot of metal fans unless you hang out in those circles. It seems like, at least in this country. You go outside this country and it's everywhere, but in this country it's like people are
interesting.
more into pop or, you know, other types of music.
That is so when I see, you know, all the venues, I book for my band, so I'm always researching. I'm always looking out on bands that are similar to mine and doing the same types of gigs, but bands that aren't, you know, and so I see all these different venues, and when I see metal shows pop up, the numbers are huge.
Yeah.
So what you're telling me, it doesn't make sense in my brain, right? Because in my brain, I'm thinking metal has a really strong presence.
Yes.
And you're saying it's a small and loyal crowd.
It's a small and loyal
Right.
crowd, and it is a beautiful crowd because you have all of these people with very differing views on life.
but they have
that
this,
brings them
but they
together.
have this thread in common, and it's awesome.
That's bitchin'.
Yeah.
That's cool to be a part
Yeah.
of, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love that. I
Yeah,
love
with
that.
all the shit that's happening with politics and all that stuff, you need that. You need
That's
that
the one thing
bond.
that connects us always,
Yeah.
right? Is music.
Music heals, man. It heals in so many ways.
You're so right.
So-
You know, I teach students, and the thing that I tell their parents, like besides the obvious, which is you're giving such a gift to your child by putting them in music lessons because it's rewiring their brain. It's teaching them how to problem solve. They're learning a new language. They're expressing their creativity. Like there's all these, you know, finite things that we can actually measure. But beyond that, like this is something that will soothe their spirit. It will give them something if they're going through a hard time in their life, you know, which they will many, many times, right? They'll have something to grab onto besides drugs or horrible relationships or alcohol or whatever, you know, besieges us as we go through life. There's this other positive outlet regardless. And I feel like that's how I can connect with people that I'm very different from. You know, we have many differences politically,
Right.
you know, whatever,
Right.
you know, but there's this thing, it seems people that come to our shows, that we're connected by the music, and that's such a wonderful feeling to have. And that's cool that your metal community is strong in that way.
It's awesome.
You know, regardless
Yeah, it's
of all
awesome.
the differences.
It's
I love to
awesome.
hear that.
Yeah.
And how are the women in metal?
Great.
I love the women in metal
my-
because they are very uplifting.
They are.
Anytime I run into women out there, they're just like, go girl, and girl
Yeah.
power, and they're
Love that.
very
See, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Because that's not normal.
It's not because, you know, in my experience, you know, I always had guy friends. I didn't have a lot of girlfriends growing up because the girls didn't want to talk to me. Like, it was a very strange thing. It was a lot of cattiness.
Yeah, isn't
a lot
that
of people
odd?
talked behind my back. They saw me as some kind of weird competition. And so I didn't have a lot of female friends, especially in college. And then even when I moved out here, a lot of the really close female friends I made ended up turning on me for whatever. Like they used me for, you know, because I tend to be a little bit too trusting and a little bit too giving. And so they get stuff they want from me. And when
then
they
they're
got that, they
done.
don't need it anymore. So they're done.
That's true. That happens quite a bit.
It happens a lot.
That happens a bit. I
Yeah.
have some people have that school of thought of I'll be cautious. I don't know
Yeah.
you yet, right?
Yeah.
And then there's those of us like I'm similar to you. I'm like, hey girl,
Yeah.
let's do what you okay,
Right.
sure.
Right.
You're all open hearted.
Right.
And it's like you give an opportunity for people to do
Stomp
that to
all
you.
over you.
The thing
yeah.
with me, then my Italian comes out and I'm like, oh
no,
no,
you didn't.
girl. I will cut you.
Yeah.
You are dead to me.
Yeah.
Sleep with the fishes. Like, stay out of my way or I will hurt you.
Yeah. You
But
know,
then that's not good either.
Yeah.
But like the way I approach people is open hearted, right? And
Yeah.
unfortunately, some people take advantage of that. But I still think it's worth it. I think it's worth the risk.
we have the best friends. out of
Because
anybody.
you still pick up, even if it's
Yeah.
1 out of 10,
Yeah.
you still pick up those people that are true.
You know,
right?
I feel like one good person makes up for 10 bad ones.
Absolutely. It's like that with all of our brainstorming and our fantastic ideas. You know, maybe 1 out of 10 will be feasible, but if that one might be the one,
Yeah.
right? So I'm okay with that. It's all a numbers game.
Having
I'm
this
cool with
microphone
that.
in front of me makes me realize how fidgety I am because every time I move, it goes.
You're all cool. Well, what do you do with your mic when you're on stage? You hold it?
When I have my mic on stage, I'm running all over the place. I'll run into the audience. I jump all over the place, so I don't have to worry about that.
So Melody needs an Iron Maiden fidget spinner.
I
Anyone?
do.
It's just
Did you
What?
hear about that dude?
Is there such a thing?
No.
Probably.
But did you hear about that dude in Germany? He had a fidget spinner. Those things annoy me. But anyway, he had a
What?
fidget spinner, and I guess it wasn't spinning fast enough for him, and he wanted to see how fast he can make it go. So he took one of those air blower thingies, and he started using that on it, and it went so fast that it exploded in his hand and split his finger open.
No.
So stay away from fidget spinners.
But those are the
kids.
rage. I was just going to suggest you get someone to manufacture Ed Force One fidget spinners and sell them at your shows.
Yeah, but then everybody's gonna have a fidget spinner at my show.
And they could be like LED light ups and they'll spin them and it'll be like old school, you know, like the lighters. No. All right. I'll keep thinking.
I can't say I understand them at all. They seem like they would be amusing for like 5 minutes, and then you're like, all right, moving on.
I volunteer at a school during the school year with literacy, and I was in the room, and one of the kids in the room had one of those, and he wasn't paying attention to anything except the.
Well, that's the thing. Like at my son's school, he's still in elementary school.
Yeah.
He's starting 6th grade this year, but they banned them. Like you can't
You
have them in class.
And the point of them is for kids with ADD to have something to do, but I think it ends up you just do that and you don't pay attention.
Kind of
to
like
anything else.
people with fake service dogs.
Yes.
Like right, like
Yes.
everyone gets a fake whatever, and now they're all service dogs, but like probably 10% actually
All
need
dogs
them.
are service dogs.
I know.
My dog
I'm
saves
so
my
happy
life every day.
Right? I totally agree. And when I hug my dog and I'm all irritated when I walk in the door, maybe from traffic or whatever, and I'm all, oh my God, hi, baby, I love you so much. I'm instantly fine. And so it's true.
Yeah.
They really work. They're amazing. You're absolutely right. But it's that same premise, right? It's like gluten intolerance and service dogs and everyone needing spinners.
Don't get me started on the gluten intolerance.
Do you think that's a thing?
It's a thing. It's a trendy thing. No, there is
Or a
such a thing.
trend.
There is such a thing as gluten intolerance.
Absolutely.
But the number of people who actually have it are not the number of people who claim to have it.
Right? And so how do you even, like, and when you talk to people that claim to be gluten intolerant, they get super funky.
Look, if it's working for them, good for them.
Right.
But I kind of feel like you shouldn't claim to have a disease you don't have.
Is that celiac disease?
Celiac disease is a bit different. It is
Oh,
a
that's
gluten
different.
intolerance, but it's a
Okay.
severe gluten intolerance.
Okay.
Whereas gluten intolerance means you might have some side effects when you eat gluten. Celiac, you have some major side effects when you eat gluten, and there's no way you should just stay away from it.
Like you can't,
Yeah.
like you really can't
you
tolerate
really
it.
can't tolerate
Yeah.
it. Where a gluten
Yeah.
intolerance is a bit milder than that, and there's degrees of that. And there's degrees of celiac as well. But
And I've heard, this is what I heard too, someone talking about gluten intolerance. I know we're off track music, but I have
metal and gluten.
I have no contribution whatsoever to this conversation.
Well, you're drinking gluten right
You
now.
are.
I'll just sit here and drink my gluten while they talk about.
So we know
health.
that we don't have a gluten intolerance here.
No.
Stage right.
I will have everybody else's gluten.
Someone said something about the reason why numbers are gaining with gluten intolerance. It's not that people are faking it. It's the way that that wheat is being, I don't know, grown or
debatable.
And like talk about research to be able to have any type of conversation, knowledgeable conversation, informed conversation. You have to go so deep.
Yeah.
I don't have time to go that deep.
Yeah.
So I just have to listen to people and just take their word for it because I don't have time.
Look, the
You know,
moral
to
of the
dig into
story
it.
is if you eat it and you don't feel good, don't eat it. The
Don't
end.
eat it, right? Yeah.
Don't make a thing about it.
Just like your vegan thing, right?
Yeah.
You don't need to just do it. You don't need to talk about it. You don't need to tell
Exactly.
anyone else to do it. Just do it for yourself,
do it.
right?
Make it
I
happen.
love it. Okay, so let's get back to Melanie because it's so interesting, all of your experience with tribute bands before Ed Force One. We already talked about the Maidens, but you also talked about another all-girl tribute, which I'm super interested in, of course. And the name of that band that you're currently in, right, is Whole Lot of Rosies?
That's one of them. I've got two.
What? Oh, yeah. So wait, I want to get to that one next because that one's exciting too. So Whole Lot of Rosies, tribute to AC/DC, right? How long has that band been around?
That band has been around for a very, 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 very long time.
Like longer than like before you started
Yeah.
Iron Maidens?
Yeah,
That's 2002. So how long ago?
Well, the band, by the time I joined it, it was like version 3.0 or 3.5, somewhere around then. So it had been around in many different iterations.
Like 90s?
Like probably late 90s.
Oh, wow.
Ish.
And is that when the tribute scene really started? Like how can we date back to this tribute thing? What do you think? What started it?
Because I wasn't part of the starting lineup of Whole Lot of Rosies,
Yeah.
I joined later on. I can't say what the tribute scene was like when it started.
Yeah.
I do know that
You were there close to the beginning though, girl. Early 2000s, you were there.
the really neat thing about Whole Lot of Rosies is being all-girl AC/DC, we had some fantastic opportunities. Like we did a tour of Korea for the troops. We did
Wow.
we went to Baumholder, Germany, where they were doing a send-off party for a lot of the troops. They were going to Iraq and Afghanistan.
Oh my goodness.
So they had a big kind of festival, and a whole lot of Rosies headlined that festival.
Wow.
And we've played in Puerto Rico. We've played in Japan.
International.
So we've had a lot of we do a lot of bike fests.
Those are so fun. Those are my favorite. Bikers are my favorite audience.
They are sweethearts.
They're so fun.
They're such sweethearts. They come, they're big burly, and they come with these big hogs that make a lot of noise, and they're just like the sweetest people ever.
And the chicks are just like, they don't give up. They don't give it. They don't care. They're like, they're going to have a good time. They're totally digging it. They're totally into it. Like I love the vibe. I love the energy at bike runs. Like it's so fun. So a whole lot of Rosies and you're still in that band. So that's been around for, when did you start playing with that band?
I'm not sure. It's a long time. It all starts to kind of blur in, but it's probably sometime in the mid 2000s.
So at least 10 years.
Yeah.
At least a decade you've been playing with the girls.
Yeah. We've been playing for a while. We just did the summer solstice in Santa Monica. They have a street fair, and so.
Bitch, and is it a Southern California based band? Mm-hmm. Okay, so they're right here. Because I thought there was another all female AC/DC band, right? But they're based in the Pacific Northwest.
Right, that's
is that
Hell's Bells.
Oh, that's a whole other one. Because you said your band and another band like kind of separated, and someone else started another.
Right.
Right. Tell me about that.
There's another band called Thunderstruck that used to be part of a whole lot of Rosies, and then they split off. So
Got it.
They're both still in the LA area.
So there's at least 3 AC/DC, all female AC/DC tribute bands, and you're all successful and working. Am I right? I mean, is everyone busy?
Yeah, I think so.
So this is why I wanted to talk about this. So, because we were talking about women uplifting each other, especially in the metal community. There's a lot of competition. There can be a lot of negativity at times. With that competition, it's not necessarily healthy competition, which is a bummer. But that kind of proves, and I always say this, there is enough work in the marketplace for everyone. Everyone, right? Mm-hmm. Even those top tributes that, they all say, okay, these don't do one of these. Don't be a Journey tribute band. Don't be an AC/DC. Don't be a Led Zeppelin. Don't be a, whatever. There's a million of these bands already. Don't do it. Or let's say, some of the big booking agencies will tell you, we do not need any of these bands. Don't even submit, right?
Well, we do run into a lot of that, though, because I do most of the booking for Ed Force One, and I run into that all the time where people are like, we already have Iron Maiden. We don't need more Iron Maiden.
Right. And as I do also. But even though I get that all the time, and booking my cover band or my tribute band, I get mostly no's, right? Mm-hmm. Again, it's a numbers game. Yeah, I'll get, 8 or 9 no's for every one yes. Mm-hmm. But my band is insanely busy, right? You girls are very busy. Mm-hmm. You're making things happen. So I still believe that there's enough room for everyone in the marketplace. Mm-hmm. Maybe you just expand your marketplace to reach outside of the LA basin. Mm-hmm. Maybe you have to travel a bit, like you were saying. There's a lot of international work out there. There's a lot of work in other states besides right here, especially for the tribute scene. Mm-hmm. Like Texas has a lot of opportunities. Arizona has a lot of opportunities for trips. Nevada, Pacific Northwest, there's opportunities everywhere. Right. Now, does Ed Force One travel a lot, or do you guys stay local?
We've played Vegas, but that's about it.
So do you prefer, is that by design?
No.
Do you want to stay local?
We'll play anywhere that wants us, and that'll
that
cover
pays.
our expenses.
Right.
Yeah. Book us and we will come.
Yes.
Right on. See, that is the attitude. That is the attitude, girls.
Well, we love playing Iron Maiden. Yeah. I mean, it's, you talked about kind of the metal scene. Mm-hmm. Nobody is more passionate than Iron Maiden fans.
Right?
And me being a big Iron Maiden fan, and the rest of the band being such huge Iron Maiden fans, to sit there and play music that you love with people that love the music. That's
bitchin'.
It's kind of why I've been playing Iron Maiden tributes
so
forever.
Long.
I love it, and I love the people.
And and I had someone tell me, there's no bigger or heavier metal fan than Metallica fans, and they can be the most. They can be difficult too for the tribute scene.
Well, if you don't do it well, they're not gonna. Yeah,
right.
I guess we've been doing a pretty good job because they seem to like us.
you have to have a thick skin in this tribute
You
scene
do.
for many reasons. So, and that's what I was going to, when I was about to ask you, do you feel like you need to love the band, be passionate about that band to be in a tribute band?
Well, why would you want to pay tribute to a band you weren't passionate about?
Mm-hmm.
You know, honestly, like if you don't love singing it, then why would you?
Why would you do it, right?
Yeah.
Why would you want
I
to
feel
play
like if
it?
you're not really passionate about the music you're doing,
Mm-hmm.
you're not going to do as good a job.
At anything outside of music, anything in life,
Exactly,
right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what brought me to music. You know, I flipped my whole script, changed my entire life because I was missing music. I would always tell my friends, I feel like I was hibernating for a moment, you know, a decade or so, kind of, you know, jumped into the corporate world, raised my family, but it was always there, but I just kind of sleeping bear syndrome.
Yeah.
And at a certain point, I'm like, I can't, like, it's not me. Like, I'm not being my authentic self. I need to get back to this music, whatever that looks like. And that's been part of my journey. What is my musical journey? Like, where is my passion? Where's my heart? But just music in general, like, I feel like most of us are in it because of that reason, right? So that's kind of what brings us together. Hey, listen, I want to hear more of Ed Force One. Rach, you got some more music for us back there? Oops.
Yes, so our next song is going to be Flight of Icarus.
Nice. Ed Force One.
As the sun breaks above the ground, an old man stands on the hill. As the ground warms to the first rays of light, a bird song shatters the still. His eyes are ablaze. See the madman in his gaze. Fly on your way like an eagle. Fly as high as the sun. On your wings like an eagle. Fly, touch the sun. Yeah. Now the crowd breaks and a young boy appears. Looks the old man in the eyes as he spreads his wings and shouts at the crowd. In the name of God, my Father, I fly. His eyes seem so blazed as he flies on the wings of a dream. Now he knows that his father betrayed. Now his wings turn to ashes his grave. Fly on your way like an eagle. Fly as high as the sun. On your wings like an eagle. Fly, touch the sun.
to re-record that.
See, I told you guys, they're sitting here the whole time thinking, who did that? Who did that? Wait, who was playing on that? Oh, we got to re-record this. So what studio would you use if you guys went in to re-record?
You know, we use a mobile, I hope he's still in business, but we use a mobile recording guy who's awesome.
He comes to you?
He comes to us and he's got like all the
What?
equipment. Yeah, he's
Oh, we gotta shout out to him. You gotta tell me his name when you
look it up. He's
Yeah,
awesome.
for sure. Okay, so let's talk about where Ed Force One is gonna be, because you guys have several shows coming up,
We
right?
do.
So we have August 5th at the Orange County Fair. One of my favorite venues
So
ever. I
fun.
love the fair. I've been going to the fair
Yeah.
my entire life.
Yeah.
I like it better than LA Fair,
Yeah.
any other fair. I just love it.
Yeah.
It's
So
free
August
with your
5th.
paid fair admission.
Right? I love it.
All
Oh
the
my
fried
God.
food you can eat, and also I am me.
So what time is the show? August
Noon.
5th.
At noon.
And August 5th,
Yeah.
what is that? Is that a Sunday?
That's a Saturday.
Saturday noon on the hangar stage.
Oh my
Hangar
God, it's
stage.
perfect.
Yeah.
No, but no one, nothing else is going on.
You got nothing else to
You
do,
must
kids.
go down to the fair that day.
There's really
and
no
see-
excuses.
There are
Like,
no
none
excuses.
whatsoever.
It was fun because last year we played the fair and it was totally raining.
It was raining and it
So-
was like a Thursday.
What?
So everybody came in, you know, they're
Yeah.
eating their hot dogs and
Yeah.
everything. And then, you know, it's like people who obviously are
yeah.
Iron Maiden fans
Yeah.
coming in and checking us out, which
And
was
people
really
who
cool.
definitely
That's
were
cool.
not Iron Maiden fans came in and checked us out too, which was pretty cool.
How could you tell?
You can tell by the looks on their faces. They're like, what's happening?
That's the best.
Oh, your phone has a low battery. Uh-oh.
We'll see if we can make it last for 9 minutes.
That's what she said.
We're just going to take it. Oh, you so naughty, girl. I love it.
You're welcome. You're welcome for that.
She has good, but on bump. She has good one-liners, people. Okay, so August 5th at the Orange County Fair. Then you're heading down to Temecula.
We are.
Boiler Room,
Boiler Room.
August 16th. Is there anyone on the lineup with
Motor
you?
Breath is
We are playing with
us.
Motor Breath and an all-girl tribute to Pantera called Cowgirls from
Cowgirls from
Hell.
Hell.
Wenna, yeah, Wenna's
Love
my
those
girl.
guys.
She subs in my band.
She's
She is
awesome.
the shit.
She
Is she not?
awesome. Actually, everyone in that band is the shit.
Yeah.
That band is
They are
amazing.
really good.
Those
good.
girls are just amazing.
Yeah.
Outstanding. Oh my God, that's going to be a fantastic
Yeah, it is.
show.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is.
And then November 4th, you have a very special show coming up. Tell the
Yeah,
people.
this is my pet project, if you will.
Dun, dun.
Thank you. Yeah.
See, look, you got her started. Now it's all going to be puns from here on out.
No, this is every year I put together an animal rescue event because animal rescue is something that's near and dear to my heart. And I'm actually just between you and me and everybody listening to this, putting together an actual animal rescue.
Fantastic.
Yeah, along with some friends. So
Are you working on like your 501c
Yes, ma'am.
paperwork and all? Oh my God. What's your focus going to be?
just dogs at risk.
So dogs.
Yeah,
So you're focusing on
but
dogs.
you know, honestly, like if a stray hippo comes along, I'm helping him.
Oh my God.
You know, I don't specialize, but it's gonna we're
happy
focusing on dogs. But you know, if there's an animal in need, we're gonna help.
So basically, like looking for like strays that are out, or you know,
Strays or dogs on
injuries
death
or-
row, or you know, yeah.
Oh. So there's a lot of organizations that actually take dogs out
Out of death row, and yeah, we're gonna try and help with that.
Oh my goodness! So what do you need? Like a location, or you just need people to foster?
Well, we're
Like,
gonna
how does
need
that
we're gonna
work?
need fosters for sure. I don't know that we will have a specific location at the beginning, but
That'll take
and we're
time.
gonna be working in conjunction with other rescues and stuff. But
That is amazing.
I'm very excited
Oh my-
about it.
You
yeah.
must be so excited.
Yeah, it's been something I've been wanting to do.
Okay,
forever.
but this benefit.
This benefit is going to be it's for an organization that helps animals that are at risk, animals that are elderly, animals that are at end of life, animals that are special needs and tend to get passed over a lot.
That's so sad. What's the
yeah.
name of the organization? Do you know?
You know what? I did. And if you hadn't asked me, I could have told you. But I think you wrote it down, right?
Did I?
Did you write
Leave no pause
Leave
behind.
no pause behind. Thank you. My brain
Oh,
Swiss cheese.
gosh.
The Leave No Pause Behind Animal Rescue. We do a different rescue every single time we do this.
Okay.
So
How
it's
do
gonna
you,
be
how
5
do you
bands.
choose the organization?
You know, I pick a local no-kill organization that seems to be in greatest need.
Gotcha.
And if we make enough money, then we can donate to 2. So
Ah,
that works out well. So if we
nice.
make more than 400, then we'll donate to 2.
That's amazing. And so this is a ticketed event?
This is, you pay kind of what you want at the door.
Like a donation?
Yeah, we just
Okay.
have to pay $150 to the sound guy, and everything else goes to the animals.
That's wonderful. Okay, so this is November 4th.
November 4th.
Right, and tell me the venue.
It's at the House of Metal at Malone's in Santa Ana.
So is the House of Metal, is Malone's donating the
Malone's
room?
is donating the room.
Oh my God,
and,
that's
and
amazing.
the door guy and everything. Eddie
Wow.
is. Thank you, Eddie. You're the rock.
Yay,
You
Eddie.
rock.
Is Eddie the owner
Eddie
of
is
Malone's?
the door guy, the booking guy for House of Metal.
That's awesome.
He's one half of House of
He's
Metal.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, it's a two-person.
Two guys, yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, they're awesome.
See, there you go. That metal community.
people, man.
Sticking together again,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay. And then before we go, oh my gosh, we're getting short on time. I'm so sad. I had so much fun with you ladies. You're so interesting. I love it. You guys have experienced and
you.
done so much.
Thank you.
And are doing so much. And I love it because I want girls to see this and just get inspired by you.
Oh, thank you.
Right? Drinking beer.
Drink
Saying,
beer.
Yeah, let's do this.
I'm watching people drink beer.
I know.
I don't drink, so I just drink by osmosis.
It's my pre-birthday week, so I'm
That's
like, you
right.
know,
Oh my God.
celebrating my pre-birthday.
Cancer in the house. When's your birthday?
July 24th.
I'm the 28th girl.
What?
Right here.
What?
July
Leos.
birthday. So you're not on the cusp. You're a Leo?
I'm a Leo.
I love you even more. Ooh, ooh.
I'm a Libra, which kind of sounds like Leo.
Well, tell me about Libras. Are we compatible with you? Clearly. Clearly we are.
I hope so, because my boyfriend's a Libra.
Oh my goodness.
There you go.
Oh my goodness. Well,
I'm
you
her
guys,
boyfriend.
Well, you guys have been in a project. You've got to be compatible with not just romantic relationships,
Yeah.
but there's compatibility.
Oh, being in a band is like a gigantic marriage.
It's being
Absolutely.
married, yeah.
That's why I'm like,
We
Libra
were
Leo.
really careful about who we picked for this band because we wanted to make sure we would all get along.
I have 2 Capricorns in my band. What else? What's March? See, I don't know. I'm not all good. I want to be well versed.
I don't know about
but
any
I
of that
don't
stuff.
know. I just know my own.
I'm not sure about the signs of the guys in Ed Force One, but we all love Iron Maiden
all
and
love
we all
each
love
other.
animals.
Yes.
So
We all love each other. We all get along. really
Aw,
well.
you guys,
Yeah.
that's like
5 years. Yeah.
that's a wonderful success story because it's hard to put a band together.
Yes.
It's hard to keep a band
Yes.
together.
We have our band horrors. Actually, I'm putting out a book of band horror stories.
Hey, girl, you like to publish.
I do. I like writing
love
things.
it. Have you already published books, or is this your first?
This cookbook will be my first major
Okay.
published. I'm compiling stories from musicians and sound guys and stuff about band
Oh
horror
my God!
stories.
I tell people all the time because
Yeah.
you meet like sound men, especially.
Yeah. Oh,
Boy,
all those guys.
Don't they hear a lot
Booking
of
age.
stories?
I'm sure everybody's got a story. So I'm compiling. So if you've got a story, send it to me.
Do y'all hear that? Any of our
Yes.
metal family? Oh, Bianca says happy birthday.
thanks, Bianca.
Aw, that's so sweet. Yay. So if any of you metalheads out there have good stories, share them with Mel. because
Bandnightmares@gmail.com.
they might make it into her book. Tell me. I'm sorry, I spoke over you. What is it?
Bandnightmares@gmail.com. Yeah.
What was that, Rach? What'd she say? I saw her flash a sign. She flashed me.
Oh, no, I was getting ready to.
She might have band nightmares to share.
I bet she knows. She hears a lot of stuff too. So before we go, I know I'm getting down to the wire here, but Mel, you also have another original project.
I do.
That you're involved in. Tell me about that.
Well, it's actually not my project per se. It's my friend Adam's project.
Okay.
But my friend Adam is this guy. He lives in Vegas, and my friend Shree actually introduced us, and he was like, "You have to hear this guy's stuff." So I listened, and I was like, "I love this." So I bought his CD, and I wrote to him, and I said, "Dude, if you ever want to do a duet, let me know." And we became friends kind of internetly. And he was like,
As is the case with many
Exactly.
relationships today.
well, he lives in Vegas
Yeah.
and I live in LA. And so he was like, yeah. So, but I guess at some point he heard a video of me and was like, yep, we're doing a video. And so he,
That's cool.
and so he sent me, he was like, in 5 minutes, he had the song written and he sent me the song and it was amazing. So I recorded my part here and he recorded his part. He recorded pretty much everything else in Vegas.
Vegas.
And then he has a drummer in North Carolina who did the drums.
That is bitchin'.
But he has 2 other out. This guy has been putting out music forever, and he just throws it out there for people to hear, and nobody's been paying attention
And then this song got out there, and it's already got over 200,000 views on YouTube.
So it's a hit.
It's a hit.
And is that the one we're going to listen to right now?
That's what you're going to listen to.
Oh, my goodness. So
I'm
tell
excited
me,
about
what's
it.
the name of the song?
The song is, oh my God, why do you ask me questions and then my brain doesn't work? Yeah. Oh God, what is the song called? That's terrible that I can't remember the name of the song.
Well, the name of the band is Three Ring.
The name of the band is Three Ring. I know that much. And
Hold
now
on.
my brain's not working.
Hold on, I'm going to find the name of the song because you
you shouldn't ask me questions because I won't be able to answer them. If you don't ask me questions, I'm really good at answering them.
Okay, hold on a second.
Well, that kind of negates the whole radio interview.
If I predict the question you're going to ask.
Wait a minute.
And I can hear the song in my head and I don't know the name of it.
See,
What's wrong with it?
Just sing it.
Hold on. Because it just gives me the iTunes link.
Can anybody hear me? I feel better now. Okay, that's what it's called. Can Anybody Hear Me by Three Ring. And this is all Adam. All I did was sing on it. So Adam Doxtator is amazing.
No, because I don't have Apple.
I
What's
can
the name
play-
of the song, Rach?
It's
Can
called
Anybody Hear Me?
Can Anybody Hear Me?
Yeah.
Oh,
And I
play
can
it.
I hope you like it. Want to hear it? Here it goes.
Memories fade and masquerade as true to Can anybody hear me? I need someone to set me free from all the things I've said and done. And that should be enough to feel like all is left you. Like screaming in a vacuum for all these years. Lost all along the way to save us. Can anybody hear me? I need someone to set me free from all the things I've said and done. And that should be enough to feel like all is left you. Like screaming in a vacuum for all these years. Lost along the way to save us.
That was something else. It gave
Isn't
me,
he amazing?
It gave me chills.
It's all Adam. I mean, I just
He's
sang on it.
crazy.
He's
You guys
amazing.
need to play live.
Well, he's writing a third album now. He's going to have a lot more stuff like that on it. And we have interest from major management. And we're
I
gonna probably,
bet you do.
Yeah, we're going to probably be touring pretty soon.
That shit
so
is off the
stay
hook.
tuned.
Girl, you're going to be so busy. You'll be writing books. And you saving the animals. And you singing with this band and that band. You are so
I'm going to
busy.
probably put the animal rescue in the tour bus and we'll just drive around with the dogs.
There you go. You could foster on the road.
Best tour bus ever.
Aw. So listen, before I know we're going over a few minutes, but I wanted to talk to Mel a little bit about your all-female project that you got going right now, and it's tribute to UFO, and it's called Too Hot to Handle. And it's what, 5 girls?
5 girls.
5 hot-ass women that are amazing musicians. And you guys have hit the ground running. What, you've been around for what, like a year?
Probably about a year, maybe.
Okay, because you guys were coming up like last spring. I know at the Rock House a lot you guys were playing, right? So tell me about your members. Give a shout out to all the members in that band.
Big shout out to my members. We have Sherry, our drummer, who used to play with the Pandoras. Awesome, rock solid drummer. As a bass player, there's, we get so spoiled playing with such rock solid, great drummers. And then we have Hisako, who is an amazing guitar player. Total shredder.
She's also in our new project.
Oh my gosh.
Sweetest thing ever, too. And then we also have Cherry, not to be confused with Sherry. We have Cherry.
Sherry and Cherry.
Who
You
is
guys
our
have a thing with
keyboardist.
names.
And we call her the clown boss. We are the clowns and she is the clown boss. She herds the cats.
Oh, I love it. You need a cat herder. Every band needs a cat herder.
She is so fabulous and so creative. She paints. She makes her own beaded moccasins. She's
she's an amazing artist.
And then, of course, last but not least, our singer Gigi, who is amazing and sweet and funny. And
oh my God, you're just surrounded by talented women.
Definitely.
You're so lucky to get to share the stage with a bunch of women that you respect and admire. You guys have fun together. It sounds like they're all really cool chicks. I love it. It's possible, people. You hear us out there in Ragland. It is possible. You guys all can make it happen. It can be done. And here is proof right here.
And you can see Too Hot to Handle this Saturday night at the PCH Club, Rock House.
Long Beach, yeah.
In Long Beach. We'll be playing. We'll be celebrating my birthday. Woo-hoo.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, ooh, oh, yeah. Mel's a Leo. Ooh, ooh, yeah, yeah. Hey, y'all, come out and support live music, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in. Rag House Radio, created to empower women in music, entertainment, business, and sports. Hey, peace out. Speaking of Woo! Wonder Woman in the house. Have a fantastic and productive week. We'll see you real soon.
And the power you possess.